Audio is just as critical to the gaming experience as the on-screen visuals and the controls in your hand. Sweeping musical scores can make you feel heroic or tense. Game worlds come alive through ambient sounds and sound effects. And weapon sounds and positional cues provide crucial information to help you make critical decisions in game. Game developers put enormous effort into audio, and at Logitech G, we use design and technology innovation to make sure their intent comes through to you as clean and pure as possible.
When people say good audio, oftentimes they're referring to subjective measures, but we can actually quantify it scientifically. See how close it is to the original signal, see what types of distortions or impurities have been imparted to it. Really, the job of a good piece of audio equipment is to stay out of the way. And the really rewarding thing about every project we work on is that sound comes first. It has got to sound right. We're always pushing the boundaries here. And when we start a new design or a new technology, it begins in our transducer lab. This machine here allows us to take a driver and analyze it completely. We provide signals to it, and then a laser is shined on the driver to measure its behavior. From those laser measurements, we can measure and back out all of the electrical and mechanical and acoustical properties of a driver. And once we have the system roughly designed, we'll start to make prototypes. We have 3D printers and an automated CNC machine right on site. You have to meet certain specifications and certifications globally, and usually that means sending product out to government labs. Logitech has invested in that kind of lab right here internally. If you were to measure an audio device in a regular room, you'd learn more about the room than you would the audio device. This is our anechoic chamber. We have this facility built because it is the only environment quiet enough and without echo that we could accurately measure sound fields. You'll notice as we enter the room that my voice will start to change, and the qualities of my voice are now different. If you've ever been in an anechoic chamber before, you'll notice it almost feels like there's cotton in your ears. The sound field is so dead. We've built a sound room for listening. We call it the Logitech Signature Studio. This room was especially useful as we integrated DTS into our headphones. There's a 7.1 reference setup in here. And when you put your headphones on and turn on DTS, it's exactly like you're sitting here in the sweet spot of this sound studio. It can seem really confusing that we could ever provide surround sound with only 2 speakers, but there's some interesting physics behind that. The truth is we each have 2 ears. It's from the brain interpreting the sound that arrives from the 2 ears. And so it looks at the delay between the arrival of the left ear and the right ear. It even looks at things like shadowing to see if whether your pinna had a shadowing effect and therefore the sound came from behind you or in front of you. And the brain pieces all of those things together to tell you direction. So with only 2 drivers, we can actually provide all the information needed for the brain to decode that. And having more drivers on driver in an audio system is the heart of the system. It really defines what it can do. It's the part that makes the sound.
This year we've increased the size of the Pro G driver from 40 millimeters to 50 millimeters. This increase in size will give you a fuller, richer audio experience. We updated the geometry of the magnetic circuit, we made the voice coil more stable, and we optimized the hybrid mesh material to better control the airflow. The result of this is a smoother frequency response across the whole range, the greatest improvement being in the high and the low ends.
Having a great facility and all the right equipment is only a part of the equation. The people who are here making these products are so crucial. They are passionate. They love audio. They can't get these projects out of their minds, and nobody stops until we have solved all of the problems and overcome the obstacles that would keep us from delivering something that they can be truly proud of.